Hi, everybody. Welcome to day number 1 of the Renew Workshop and Challenge for Focus and for 5K months. Man, I am so thrilled for those of you who have committed and have opted in to get the workbook. And if you're just now hearing about the workbook, you can still grab that. Just go ahead. There's a post pinned to the top of the group, and you can go ahead and sign up for the workbook. It's free, just as same as this workshop and challenge. So if you are joining me live, please don't just let me talk to myself on the air. If you are joining me here, please say hello. If you have any questions along the way, please drop them. Or if you have any thoughts or comments, drop them in the comment section. I love to teach, but more than that, I love to coach. I love that one-to-one dialogue. I love that one-to-one interaction. So if you're catching the replay, go ahead and type in replay so that I know like when you're watching it, and let us know where you're from. Same for those of you who are joining live. We have people in this community who are from all over the world. We have people from South Africa. We have people from New Zealand. We have people from Ireland, from Australia, from Canada, from England, from the United States, all over the United States. So I would love to know where you're tuning in from. I just think that that's very cool. And if you have not met before, I am Brittany Rossi. I am a brand and business coach, and I help women in the online space learn how to captivate and convert their audiences so that they can turn people from just being curious into clients. And so that allows them to actually make an impact and make an income online. And that's what I love getting to do. I love seeing a woman with a dream or idea who's been kind of stuck on how to get it off the ground, figure those things out, see light bulbs come on, and get their first client or their first sale of a product, or maybe it's getting that next client that they've been stuck on getting. So this is what I do. This is what I love to do. And every single one of those accomplishments is a celebration. I think someone has joined us live. I'd love to say hello. Please say hi. I don't want to just talk to the air, even though I know that I'm talking to people. It can feel kind of weird sometimes if you haven't done a lot of Facebook Lives to just kind of feel like you're talking to a window. So say hello. And so here's what I have learned about working with women over the last 3 years. A lot of women start out trying to hit 5K months or trying to get fully booked out, and they're like, oh, I need this website, or I need this tool or email marketing system, or I really need to be on this platform or that platform. And while those are part of the equation, the thing that I've learned in the past 5 years of personal entrepreneurship, the last 3 years have been formally in business. I see this thing over and over and over in the women that I'm working with, that it is a mindset issue that is lacking and that is limiting their ability to be successful. Hello. Hey, Mandy. It's so good to have you here. And so the thing that sets the women apart who do best, who end up having success, who end up hitting consistent 5K months, they have a resilient and a focused mindset. And that allows them to get clients, to get booked out, book their entire roster out, and have 5K months. So I want you to know that this is not something that these women are born with. This is a thing that is learned over time. And a lot of it is shaped by our environment. A lot of it is shaped by our personal experiences outside of work. And so this is something that you can learn. It takes a little bit of time. It takes a little bit of work, but you can learn what these women know about a focused mindset and a resilient mindset that makes them profitable. And so in this challenge, we will be primarily talking about money mindset. Hello, Sheila. Thank you for joining me. Where are you guys tuning in from today? I would love to know where you guys are at. In the challenge, we will be primarily talking about money mindset, right? But I will also be discussing other aspects of mindset mastery that are emotional and physical, believe it or not, because we're more than just money machines. We are human beings. We have feelings, we have emotions, and a lot of times our emotions are irrational. They don't make sense, and our hearts tend to overrule our heads. And so when we are talking about taking mindset action or taking mindset shifts, that impacts our emotions. It changes things chemically in us. And so because most of you are here in this community are working towards building a personal brand, this means that we're sharing a lot of our personal stories. We're using that in our marketing. And it also is a very emotional thing to get vulnerable and to share. And so building up some mindset resilience, building up some focus about what to share and when to share and how to share, that is all part of what we're working through in this challenge. And again, the reason why we're working through all of these aspects and not just focusing on money mindset beliefs, the reason we do that is because you're never going to attract clients that will allow you to hit those 5K months if you are constantly filled with doubt, if you lack confidence, if you feel like you don't have what it takes, if you're constantly changing your mind or allow your emotions to drive you and wear you out. If you don't have, in short, and here's some real talk for you, the mental resilience to be an entrepreneur, to handle the ups and downs of things not going right, you can kiss those 5K months goodbye. And so we have to trust in ourselves. We have to trust that we have what it takes, and be confident about what we have to offer to others, or if our identity is too wrapped up in our results. The thing that ends up happening, and I see it over and over and over, not just in my clients, but in women all over the online space, is we end up with what we call shiny object syndrome, right? I've had it. I'm sure you've had it. It's this thing that it's like, I'm doing these things, I'm doing the steps, and it's not working. What is she doing that's working, that's not working for me? I'm going to try to do what she's doing. I'm going to try to look like she's looking. I'm going to try to talk like she's talking. And then we end up feeling like we're wearing this coat that doesn't fit. It's too tight or it's too big, and our brand doesn't feel good. We don't end up making sales, and we can kiss those 5K months goodbye. So, in this challenge, I want you to know that you have inside of you what it takes. You have the ability to change your mind. And ultimately, it's not about perfection. This year in 2019, I want you to let go of perfection. It's ultimately about direction. And you can take that to the bank because you can't turn a car that's parked. You can only turn a car that is moving. And so it's not about perfection, it's about direction. And you also might think of the old adage like practice makes perfect. And in this particular challenge, I'm going to tell you you're wrong. I'm just going to tell you straight up, you're wrong. Perfect practice makes perfect. Hey, Tiffany, I'm so glad that you were able to join us this morning. Where are you tuning in from today? Man, awesome. This is so fun. So perfect practice makes perfect. And in that, it's really important to get very honest and very real with yourself about what we believe about making money and what emotions come up around those things and our motivations to change them. Why do we want to change? So as we prepare to do this mindset work, if you're being very honest about the fact like you're not getting the results that you want, maybe you're getting some results, and that's awesome. But if you're not getting the results that you want, something needs to change, and it needs to change now. So when you're clear on your beliefs and what you can offer, what you're capable of, creating those 5K months becomes much easier. We're going to dig in a lot more to our beliefs on day 3. But today I want you to start off really simply, and I want you to do just 2 things with me today. So, and if you know this answer, I would love to see you guys drop this in the comments below, especially for those of you who have joined me live from your room in your house. Well, awesome. So then, where was I at? Okay, the 2 things that I want us to do today. Okay, the reason why I would encourage you to participate and engage in this workshop and drop your answers in the comments, even though it's going to be a little bit vulnerable. I think the very first step, I know the very first step to overcoming our obstacles and getting traction with something is to actually pull that obstacle into the light, acknowledge it for what it is so that you can grapple with it. So you can grasp it and turn it around and say, what is this thing? And then overcome it or get it out of the way. So let's pull these things into the light. And also, if someone isn't as ready as you are to hit those 5K months, like maybe you're like, I'm done with this. I'm tired of trying to figure it all out. I want to figure out what she's doing that I'm not, and I'm ready to go. And you're going to drop your stuff in the comments. Awesome. But for somebody else who's just kind of like, I don't know, I'm scared to put myself out there, this is going to encourage them, 1, to know that they're not alone, and 2, to actually do the work that is such a hard step, but a very important step, to just put it out there that this is where I'm stuck and I need support around it. So small steps, small actions, they add up. So please, I invite you to start with me here. I want you to really just kind of close your eyes. Maybe you're just sitting here with me. I want you to examine what you believe about making money. And when I say that question, I want you to think about, do I feel like it's hard to make money? Do I believe I can only make money if I work hard? Is it scarce? Is it hard to come by? It feels like there's not enough to go around, especially when it comes to our bills. Like there's just not enough money to go around. Um, is it hard to come by? Meaning like you work and you work and you work, and it just doesn't feel like there's any money to be had. Is it hard to feel seen or to be heard in such a noisy world of marketing? Maybe you feel like the money's out there, but it's not accessible to you. Do you feel like you're in the dark about how to make more of it? Or have it work for you? I'll raise my hand for this one because 5 years ago, before I met my husband, I felt like I knew that investing was important, but I didn't know how to do it. I knew that there was a stock market, but I didn't know how to put my dollars in it. And I felt very in the dark, like it was a completely different language, right? And so for a lot of us, it feels like I'm in the dark about how to make more of it. I know that if I go to work to my 9 to 5 every day, I punch in, I punch out, and they give me dollars in exchange for my time, but I don't know how to make it do more than that. So I want you to share in the comments if you know, and if you feel comfortable. I would encourage you to be brave and put it out there. Somebody else might need to hear this or see this today. Share about what it is you believe about making money. Maybe you feel like it is easy. Maybe you feel like there is money to go around, but you're just having to work really, really, really hard for it, and that you're feeling exhausted. Um, Maybe you feel like it just slips through your fingers. It doesn't matter what those feelings are, or what those beliefs are around money. It's just important at this stage to identify them, because later in the week, we're going to grapple with them a lot more. And so setting some time aside, set a timer, 15 minutes, just sit down with a piece of paper and say, like, what do I believe about money? And what do I feel about money? Do I feel like money has an inherent good or evil quality to it? Do I feel like it's a neutral thing, that has positive or negative impact or consequences? Just sit down and examine your beliefs about money. And a lot of this can be identified and discovered by talking with a friend or a family member and saying, like, have you noticed any patterns with me about money? Do I tend to spend it more freely? Am I free spirit if you're a Dave Ramsey person? Or am I the nerd? And I'm very, very like tight with my money. Hey, Amanda. Oh, and hey, Anya. I'm so glad that you guys are here. So yeah, that's step one. If you're comfortable, please share that in the comments. Number two, I want you to write down, and this can be on a sticky note too, write down why it is so important for you to change your money mindset in 2019, to hit those 5K months and to get a focus down, especially for the next 90 days. And I just want you to focus for the next 90 days about what's at stake if you don't master your mindset. And here's some examples of that. Maybe it's a vacation that is at stake this year. Maybe it's some medical bills that are at stake. I know that my husband and I had some medical bills last year, and it was just very like, whew, like these are big and we're taken care of, but like that is a very emotional, overwhelming feeling. Maybe what's at stake is being able to stay home with your little ones. Maybe you want to stay home more, and if you can't get this business going and you can't start hitting consistent 5K months, then you can't leave your 9 to 5 to stay home with your littles. Maybe you would like to retire your husband. Maybe he's exhausted from commuting and wants to be able to be at home with the family more. Maybe that's what's at stake. Maybe it's just your confidence. Maybe you just need to know, like, you can do this. Maybe it's your independence. Maybe you're a younger person and you're in school and you either have the option of moving back in with your parents and that is not an option for you, or you can like make it on your own and your independence is at stake. That is a very real thing. Maybe it's being booked out. Maybe if you're not booked out at the end of 90 days, then like that's it for you. Like you have to stay in your 9 to 5, or maybe you have to like save up again before you can continue to invest in your business. I get it that it is very hard, especially at the beginning of your business when you have a big dream, you have big goals, and you're really feeling stuck, you're feeling in the dark. It's hard. And so I want to know what's at stake for you. Yeah, it is a good question, Anya. About for you to master your money mindset. And I would encourage you to focus on 90 days. And here's why, because you might be thinking like that's a long time. Industry standards and psychology and research says you only need 60 days. Here's why I like 90 days. One, it's because it's a business quarter. 90 days is a business quarter, and that's a very specific measurable time to see a change in your business. And two, this is a lifestyle that you're building. This is not just like a fad diet for your brain. This is a lifestyle change, just like you would change your health, and you would embrace a health journey versus a fad diet. This is a mental lifestyle change. And while you might lean into this a little bit more in certain seasons than others, this is a lifestyle change that's happening here today if you choose to lean into this. And in order to create more wealth, more impact, because I know for a lot of us, I know Jamie just joined, she wants to make a huge impact. And you have to believe that you can. And if that's getting stuck here, it does not matter how nice your website is. It does not matter how powerful your systems and tools are. It does not matter how many followers you have. You will not make an income online. And that's just real, a loving smackdown, real talk. So that's where I really want to end today. In the group, I would love for you to share why it's so important for you to change your money mindset right now. Tomorrow, we're digging into the routines and rituals details of what a person who makes a consistent 5K income does. I'm actually sharing behind the scenes my personal morning routine. And so you're not going to want to miss that. So here's the thing. That's it for today. Let me check the comments really quick. I feel like money is a burden. Making enough of it without a college degree feels so daunting. We do not want to pay for daycare. We do not make much for a 6-person family. And I think we both feel that we do not make enough for all the hours we put into working each week. Just exhausted, yes. And we are desperately in need of getting as far out of debt as possible. Tiffany, thank you for sharing that. Thank you for being vulnerable. Yes. And you are not alone in feeling that way. And these are some things I'm going to share with you that will make an impact. I'm super excited to share these things, these mindset practices, these routines, and the workbook. The workbook is going to have some awesome prompts and pages for you guys to work through to make a personal mindset daily practice routine. So if you guys have any other thoughts or questions, please drop them in the comments. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this video for today, but I'm excited for this week. It's going to be powerful. If you know a friend who is needing support and getting started and know that they've been trying for a while online, they haven't been able to get traction, invite them to this mindset workshop. It's going to set the tone for 2019. And that's what I'm excited about. You guys have an awesome and productive Monday. I will catch you here tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for day 2 of Renew. You guys take care, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.